Rebecca had always prided herself on being a strong, capable mother. She believed in the values of love, responsibility, and the importance of family. Every morning, she would wake up before dawn, brew a fresh pot of coffee, and prepare breakfast for her daughter, Zoe, who was in her final year of high school. Their mornings were filled with the comforting routine of shared conversation and laughter, a testament to the bond they had nurtured over the years. Rebecca's determination to raise Zoe with a set of traditional values was unwavering, and she often envisioned her daughter's future through the lens of her own upbringing: conventional, safe, and predictable. Before we dive deeper into Rebecca's world, I invite you to take a moment to subscribe to our channel. Your support means everything to us, and it's the key to ensuring these heartfelt stories reach more people. So please subscribe now and join us on this journey. One afternoon, while organizing the clutter in Zoe's room, Rebecca stumbled upon a small, intricately decorated box tucked away in the corner of her daughter's dresser. Curiosity piqued, she gently pried it open, revealing a collection of neatly folded letters, each one sealed with a delicate heart sticker. Confusion washed over her as she recognized the handwriting instantly. It was Zoe's. At first, Rebecca felt a sense of nostalgia for the days when Zoe would scribble her hopes and dreams, but as she began to read the first letter, her heart sank. The words flowed with an intensity she had never seen from her daughter. They were not the innocent musings of a teenager, but passionate declarations of love addressed to a girl named Layla. Each letter was a window into Zoe's secret world, filled with emotions that Rebecca had never anticipated. The letters spoke of longing, intimacy, and a connection that transcended the boundaries of friendship. Rebecca's initial shock morphed into unease as she continued to read. The fluidity of Zoe's words painted a vivid picture of a love story that was both beautiful and foreign to Rebecca's understanding. With each letter, she felt her heart race and her mind whirl with questions. Who was Layla? How long had this been going on? And why hadn't Zoe confided in her? The conservative values she held dear began to clash violently with the realization that her daughter might be navigating a world she had never prepared her for. Struggling with her emotions, Rebecca closed the box and sat on the edge of Zoe's bed, staring out the window into the golden light of the setting sun. It illuminated the room in a warm glow, but the warmth did little to ease the chill that had settled in her heart. The love letters, with their tender words and heartfelt confessions, felt like a betrayal of everything she thought she knew about her daughter. In the days that followed, Rebecca found herself haunted by the letters. She replayed the moments of their lives together in her mind, searching for signs, clues that might have hinted at Zoe's true feelings. Yet, every memory felt tainted by the realization that there was a part of her daughter, a part of their relationship, that had been hidden from her. Rebecca's heart ached with the weight of uncertainty, and as she watched Zoe move through her daily life with a smile, she felt a growing distance, a chasm created by secrets and silence. As she navigated her own feelings of confusion and fear, Rebecca also felt a flicker of something else, a deep, instinctual love for her daughter. This love was a powerful force that urged her to confront her discomfort and seek understanding. But the path ahead was uncertain. Each letter she had read left her feeling more isolated, unsure of how to bridge the gap between her beliefs and the reality of Zoe's feelings. The tension in Rebecca's heart grew heavier with each passing day, and she found herself retreating into her own thoughts, battling the storms that raged within her. She recalled her own upbringing, the lessons learned about love and relationships, and how they seemed to clash with what she was now discovering about her daughter. It was a conflict that left her feeling vulnerable and confused, as if the very foundation of her values was crumbling beneath her. One evening, as Rebecca prepared dinner, she caught a glimpse of Zoe's reflection in the window, a young woman on the precipice of her future, filled with dreams and aspirations. In that moment, Rebecca realized that she needed to confront the growing chasm between them. The letters were not just about Zoe's feelings. They were a call to action for Rebecca to understand and support her daughter. It was a moment of clarity, a revelation that ignited a flicker of hope amidst the turmoil. As the days turned into weeks, Rebecca grappled with her emotions, torn between her desire to protect her daughter and her struggle to accept the reality of Zoe's love for Layla. Each letter she had read echoed in her mind, urging her to see the beauty in Zoe's feelings rather than the fear that had taken root in her heart. Yet, she knew that talking to her daughter about the letters would require a level of vulnerability she wasn't sure she was ready to embrace. Zoe, oblivious to her mother's internal conflict, continued to navigate her senior year, pouring her energy into her studies and extracurricular activities. Rebecca watched her with a mixture of pride and heartache, longing to reach out, yet feeling paralyzed by the weight of her own biases. It was a delicate balance, one that required Rebecca to examine her own beliefs and the source of her discomfort. One afternoon, as she sat alone in the living room, the letters once again beckoned to her. They lay there, a tangible reminder of a journey yet to be taken. With a deep breath, Rebecca picked up the box and opened it, allowing herself to be enveloped by Zoe's words once more. The letters, once a source of fear, began to transform in her mind. They were more than just confessions of love. They were symbols of trust and authenticity, expressions of a young woman's heart. Rebecca's heart began to shift, slowly but surely. She realized that the love Zoe expressed was not something to be feared but cherished. It was a part of who her daughter was, an essential piece of her identity that deserved acceptance and understanding. Each letter became a stepping stone on Rebecca's journey, a journey toward empathy, compassion, and ultimately love. With every word, Rebecca felt the walls she had built around herself begin to crumble. She understood that this was not just about Zoe's relationship. It was about their relationship as mother and daughter. The road ahead would not be easy, but Rebecca knew that the love she had for her daughter was stronger than any prejudice she had harbored. As she closed the box and set it aside, a newfound determination blossomed within her. She was ready to confront her fears, to embrace the reality of Zoe's life, and to step into the unknown together. The journey would require courage, but Rebecca was prepared to take that first step. It was time to bridge the gap, to connect with her daughter in a way that honored her true self. In the days that followed, Rebecca began to approach her daughter with a fresh perspective. She sought opportunities to talk, to listen, and to understand. The love letters had ignited a spark within her, a desire to foster an environment where Zoe could feel safe sharing her heart. It was a pivotal moment, one that marked the beginning of a transformative journey for both of them, as they navigated the complexities of love, acceptance, and family together. Zoe had always been an open book, or at least that's how Rebecca had perceived her. She was the kind of daughter who shared her triumphs and trials. But now, Rebecca wondered how much of that openness was a mere facade. The letters were a revelation, and they had shifted something fundamental in their relationship. As Rebecca set aside her fears, she felt the familiar warmth of love wash over her, reminding her of the bond they had forged over the years. One evening, after an especially long day at work, Rebecca found herself in the kitchen preparing dinner. The smell of garlic sautéing in olive oil filled the air, mixing with the sweetness of the cherry tomatoes she had chopped for a salad. Zoe entered the kitchen, her hair pulled back in a messy bun, a basketball in hand. She tossed it lightly from one hand to the other, her smile brightening the room. "Hey, Mom, what's cooking?" Zoe asked, her voice light and playful. "Just your favorite pasta," Rebecca replied, trying to keep the conversation casual, even as her heart raced at the thought of what lay ahead. "Awesome. Smells incredible as always." Zoe leaned against the counter, her eyes sparkling with the innocence of youth, unaware of the internal battle raging within her mother. They chatted about Zoe's day, her friends, and the upcoming basketball game, but Rebecca felt the weight of unspoken words pressing down on her. As they sat down to eat, Rebecca felt a surge of determination. This was the moment she had been waiting for, a chance to connect with Zoe beyond the surface. "You know, sweetheart," she began, her voice trembling slightly, "I found something in your room the other day." Zoe's brow furrowed slightly, and Rebecca could see the flicker of concern in her eyes. "Oh, what was it?" Rebecca took a deep breath. "Letters. Love letters addressed to someone named Layla. Silence enveloped the room, heavy and thick, as Zoe's fork clattered against her plate. The color drained from her face, and Rebecca could see the myriad of emotions flickering in her daughter's eyes. Fear, surprise, and perhaps a hint of shame. "Mom, Zoe started, her voice barely a whisper. "Please, just let me finish," Rebecca interrupted gently, her heart aching for the pain she saw reflected in Zoe's expression. "I want you to know that I love you. I may not understand everything, but I want to try. I want to know you, really know you." Zoe's eyes glistened with unshed tears, and Rebecca felt a pang of guilt for the fear she had instilled in her daughter. "I didn't want to hide this from you, Mom. I didn't know how to tell you." Rebecca reached across the table, taking Zoe's hand in hers. "You don't have to hide anything from me. Your happiness is what matters most to me. I want you to feel safe sharing your heart, no matter who it's with." The tension in the air began to dissipate as Zoe's shoulders relaxed, and she squeezed her mother's hand tightly. "I love Layla, Mom. I didn't know how you would feel about it. I was scared." At that moment, Rebecca felt a shift within herself, a dawning realization that love was far more complex than she had ever imagined. It wasn't bound by gender or societal expectations. It was a force that connected souls, that inspired vulnerability and courage. She smiled softly, the warmth of acceptance blossoming in her chest. "You deserve to love who you want to love, Zoe. I want you to be happy, and I want to support you." Tears streamed down Zoe's cheeks, a mixture of relief and gratitude flooding her heart. "Thank you, Mom. I was so afraid you would reject me." "Never," Rebecca assured her, her voice steady and sincere. "You are my daughter, and that will never change. Your happiness means everything to me." In that moment, they both understood that their journey was just beginning. The letters were not merely confessions of love. They were an invitation for Rebecca to embrace a new understanding of love itself. The conversation that had felt so daunting turned into a bridge connecting them, a testament to resilience and the power of family. As they finished their meal, Rebecca felt lighter, as if a weight had been lifted from her shoulders. They talked for hours, sharing stories, dreams, and fears, weaving a tapestry of vulnerability and trust that was deeper than anything they had shared before. The following days were filled with heart-to-heart discussions, laughter, and moments of connection that Rebecca had longed for. She learned more about Zoe's relationship with Layla, their shared interests, the late-night conversations, and the tender moments that made Zoe's heart flutter. Each story Zoe shared chipped away at Rebecca's preconceived notions, revealing the beauty of love in all its forms. One evening, Zoe invited Rebecca to join her for a dinner with Layla and her family. The thought sparked a mixture of excitement and anxiety within Rebecca. She wanted to support Zoe, but the prospect of meeting Layla and her family pushed her comfort zone. "Mom, it would mean so much to me if you came," Zoe pleaded, her eyes hopeful. Rebecca felt a swell of love for her daughter and knew she couldn't back down now. "Okay, I'll do it," she said, determination lacing her voice. "I want to meet Layla." As the dinner approached, Rebecca found herself reflecting on the journey she had undertaken. It was more than just accepting Zoe's feelings. It was about recognizing the love that existed between them, the love that transcended societal norms. The evening of the dinner arrived, and Rebecca dressed carefully, trying to strike a balance between her traditional values and the acceptance she had come to embrace. When they arrived at Layla's home, Zoe's hand squeezed hers tightly, a gesture of reassurance. Layla's family welcomed them with warmth and laughter, and as they sat around the dining table, Rebecca felt a sense of belonging she hadn't anticipated. The conversation flowed easily, filled with humor and anecdotes that transcended any initial awkwardness. As Rebecca observed Zoe and Layla together, she saw a love that was genuine and pure, a bond that reflected her own hopes for her daughter, a future filled with happiness and acceptance. If this story is touching your heart, make sure to comment from where you are hearing this amazing story. As the night wore on, Rebecca found herself laughing and sharing stories with Layla's parents, who were equally eager to bridge the gap between their families. They spoke of their hopes for their daughters, their dreams for the future, and the importance of love in all its forms. It was a moment of unity that felt profound, and Rebecca realized how much she had grown in such a short time. By the end of the evening, as they said their goodbyes, Rebecca felt a sense of peace settle within her. She had stepped into the unknown and emerged empowered and enlightened. The journey ahead would still have its challenges, but she was ready to face them with her daughter by her side, united in love and understanding. The next morning, Rebecca woke up feeling lighter, her heart full of hope. She had come to see that love was not just about acceptance. It was about embracing the beauty in differences, celebrating the richness of human connection. As she poured her morning coffee, she thought of Zoe and Layla, of the love that blossomed in the face of adversity. In the days that followed, Rebecca continued to engage with Zoe about her feelings, asking questions and sharing insights. She learned to listen without judgment, to support without reservation. Their bond grew stronger, forged in the fires of vulnerability and honesty. Each conversation deepened their understanding of one another, creating a foundation for a relationship that would weather any storm. Rebecca's transformation didn't go unnoticed in her community. Friends and family began to see a shift in her, a newfound openness that inspired them to reflect on their own beliefs and biases. Through her journey, Rebecca became a beacon of acceptance, sharing her story and encouraging others to embrace love in all its forms. And as Zoe flourished in her relationship with Layla, Rebecca found herself not just as a mother, but as an ally, a supporter in a world that could sometimes be harsh and unyielding. They faced challenges together, attending LGBTQ+ events, advocating for equality, and standing up against prejudice. Through it all, Rebecca learned that love was a journey, not a destination. It was a continuous evolution, a dance between understanding and acceptance. And with each step they took together, Rebecca and Zoe created a legacy of love that would resonate for generations to come. Rebecca's transformation didn't go unnoticed in her community. Friends and family began to see a shift in her, a newfound openness that inspired them to reflect on their own beliefs and biases. Through her journey, Rebecca became a beacon of acceptance, sharing her story and encouraging others to embrace love in all its forms. As Zoe flourished in her relationship with Layla, Rebecca found herself not just as a mother, but as an ally, a supporter in a world that could sometimes be harsh and unyielding. They faced challenges together, attending LGBTQ+ events, advocating for equality, and standing up against prejudice. Each moment spent alongside Zoe and Layla filled Rebecca with pride and joy, reinforcing her commitment to embracing this new chapter of their lives. One sunny Saturday afternoon, Rebecca and Zoe volunteered at a local Pride festival. As they set up booths and handed out flyers, Rebecca marveled at the vibrant community around her. The air was filled with laughter, music, and a sense of unity that she had previously only dreamed of witnessing. Watching her daughter interact with Layla and their friends, Rebecca felt a profound sense of gratitude for the journey they had taken together. "Mom, look at this!" Zoe exclaimed, holding up a colorful rainbow flag. "Can we get one for our house?" "Of course," Rebecca replied, her heart swelling with affection. "Let's decorate our front porch." The day was marked by laughter, connection, and moments of reflection. Rebecca spoke with other parents, some who had similar stories, others who were still grappling with their feelings. Each conversation was a reminder of how far she had come and the importance of community in fostering understanding. She shared her experiences, her fears, and the love she had found in accepting Zoe's truth. That evening, as they returned home, the flag fluttering proudly from their porch, Rebecca couldn't help but smile at the sight. It was a small gesture, but it signified so much more, a commitment to love unconditionally, to stand by her daughter. Zoe beamed with pride, wrapping her arms around her mother. "Thank you for being so supportive, Mom. It means everything to me. Always, sweetheart. You deserve to live your truth fully," Rebecca replied, her voice steady with conviction. As the months passed, their lives began to intertwine with the lives of others in the LGBTQ+ community. Rebecca found herself attending meetings and events, learning about the struggles and triumphs of those around her. She became involved in initiatives that promoted awareness and acceptance, using her voice to advocate for love and justice. With each passing day, Rebecca felt her heart expand, embracing the richness of diversity in a way she had never imagined possible. She learned to celebrate differences rather than shun them, understanding that love's essence transcended societal norms. The letter Zoe had written long ago served as a reminder of the journey they had embarked upon, a testament to the power of love to transform hearts and minds. One evening, as they sat together on the porch, watching the sun dip below the horizon, Zoe turned to her mother, her eyes shining with gratitude. "Mom, I've never felt more accepted or loved than I do now. You've changed so much." Rebecca smiled softly, her heart full. "It's you who inspired the change, Zoe. Your courage to be yourself opened my eyes. I'm proud of you, of both you and Layla. Love is beautiful, and it deserves to be celebrated." Their bond solidified through these moments of honesty and vulnerability, creating a safe space for both to share their feelings, hopes, and dreams. Rebecca no longer feared the unknown. Instead, she embraced it, ready to explore the depths of love alongside her daughter. As summer turned to fall, Rebecca and Zoe's relationship blossomed in ways they had never imagined. They planned to attend a large Pride celebration in the city, an event that promised to be a culmination of their journey. Together, they decorated their outfits with vibrant colors, each stitch a symbol of acceptance and unity. On the day of the celebration, Rebecca felt a rush of nervous excitement as they joined the crowd. The energy in the air was electric, filled with laughter, music, and the powerful message of love resonating all around them. As they marched together, hand in hand, Rebecca looked around at the faces of the people celebrating their truths, and the warmth of belonging enveloped her. Zoe turned to her mother, her smile radiant. "This is amazing, isn't it?" "It really is," Rebecca replied, her heart swelling with pride. "I'm so glad we're doing this together." The day was filled with joy, laughter, and moments of connection that deepened their bond. They met countless individuals, shared stories, and celebrated the beauty of love in all its forms. As the sun began to set, painting the sky in brilliant hues, Rebecca paused to take it all in. In that moment, surrounded by love and acceptance, Rebecca understood that their journey was not just about Zoe's relationship with Layla. It was about the power of family to evolve, to embrace change, and to champion love above all else. She had come to see that true strength lay in the courage to love unconditionally, to support one another despite the odds. As they stood together, watching the fireworks light up the night sky, Rebecca whispered, "I love you, Zoe. Thank you for teaching me the meaning of acceptance." "I love you too, Mom. You've made me feel seen and valued," Zoe replied, her eyes sparkling with joy. In that moment, beneath the glow of the fireworks, Rebecca felt a profound sense of peace. She knew that their journey was just beginning, filled with challenges and triumphs yet to come. But with love as their guiding force, she was confident they would navigate whatever lay ahead, together as a family, united in understanding and acceptance.